Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. The OTT Sports Network, prime time with you on the air. Rink number 3 at South Suburban Sports Complex. Yes, rink number 3. We are behind the glass here, a little bit of a different angle. Checking it out from ice level. The speed and the size of these players is what we're going to call it. We are taking on Littleton. The last time we tuned in with you guys was 2 weeks ago, and that was the last time these guys played a game. It was a 3-2 loss to Littleton, but the most tightly contested, fastest game that your Warriors have played so far this year. Looking for some revenge on their home sheet. And we're looking forward to a great night of hockey. Everybody's getting primed up for Thanksgiving in a couple of weeks, but don't forget that Thanksgiving comes with a Thanksgiving tournament for your Warriors. We'll be playing on that Wednesday, that Thursday, and then get our Friday off to recuperate. A couple games on Saturday, and then hopefully into the finals on Sunday. But that's not until a week and a bit from now. Today is Littleton, tomorrow's Lafayette. But tonight is an important one. The two top teams in the league squaring off at South Sub. OTT Sports Network is the only place you're going to find it. Harry Haviland on the mic with you. Shooter is currently in Newark, New Jersey, tuning into this one. He had to stop and refuel up the OTT jet. He's on his way to Dubai. We're trying to figure out how to get some big Middle East oil money involved in this. So maybe we could actually get the Littleton set up for our cameras coming up here in the next little bit. Good luck with that, Shooter. You know the OTT's got your back. Come home with the money. But as a special guest, we do have Diane mic'd up. She's going to be running the camera for you. So all the hot takes on this commentary come in courtesy of Diane Haviland.
Thanks, folks. I'm thrilled to be here. And I gotta say, we've really rolled out the red carpet for our foes from Littleton. We are on rink 3 today. But the good news is that it's really close to the action, so you're going to see some extreme close-ups.
Hopefully not of me. I'll try and keep my ugly mug out of the camera. And it looks like Popovic, Haviland, and Foster are going to get the start here as Haviland finds the right twig behind the bench. Skates his way out. Moore and Benevelski on the point to start this one. Simon Prokop standing tall between the pipes. DJ Kane backing it up behind the net, and we are about to drop the puck. Here we go. It's won by Littleton to start this one. They come across the red line, dump that one in deep. Owen Moore picks it up. Oh, and Prokop covers that one, gets run over. A little bit of shoving there. A weird bounce off the back boards, causing a quick whistle here, but Prokop was sharp enough to get on top of it. Defensive zone draw coming here for Devin Foster. Up the side there, Benevelski trying to push it up along the boards. That one goes back in behind the net. Owen Moore winging that one around. Haviland, another weird bounce off the boards. You'd think they practice in this rink enough, they'd know where every crack in the seams and everything is. Littleton coming in fast, trying to backhand that one in front. They are forced in behind the net, back out to the blue line. The Hawks controlling, shot comes in, blocked down into the corner. Hawks trying to keep that one in as Moore shoves them up against the boards. Out to the blue line, they go across D to D. Haviland with the pressure, forcing it into the corner. Hawks keeping control this one in the offensive zone. Another shot coming in, taken away in front of a few sticks, and then Popovic manages with an NWB, gets it across the blue line, allowing some players to get changed up with 15:04 left to go here in the first period. It's been all Hawks so far as they send one up off the mesh, and that's going to be brought out to neutral ice. It's a little high for you. You need a chair to stand on.
Or something.
I had to get
Foster,
high up.
come here. I'll stand on your back.
Foster has been on the roof before in those arenas where we haven't been able to get service. He's had the bunny ears up there. Maybe he will just kneel down so you can stand on his back and see the camera.
I think he might relax a little. It'd be a good thing.
Shoved up there now. It's Toto's line out. Of course, he's with Woolley and Medeo. Medeo's been a little bit sick this week. Great to see him on the ice with us. Everybody on this team here, including Halot, who's of course behind the bench still recovering. He's with his team 100% though, and soon will be back on the ice. Toto pushing this one up on the right wing, forcing it down into the corner, being contested there by a couple of Hawks players. Joining him is Medeo as it gets kicked in behind the net, but not all the way. Woolley's trying to stick handle his way out of the corner now. Gets knocked down. Littleton not allowing them to get near the net. Woolley's trying to do it now as he works his way out in front. Loose puck in front in the slot. Turning. Toto's done and a goal! One shot on goal and 1-0 Warriors! Ben Toto! Quick start is what the Warriors are looking for here, and that's exactly what they got. They spin it down, do some hard grinding in the corner, finally work it out to the front of the net. That loose rebound sat in front, and Toto bangs it home. 14-11 left to go in the first. The OTT bringing it to you here at South Sub. 1-0 Warriors. McGowan, Salazar, and Weaver out there on the forward line now. It's Gruber and Eggleseder on the back end as McGowan chasing this one down into the corner. Shoves his man up in. It's going to be a tough angle here as you can't ski through the back of Foster's head, but look at what a haircut he's got.
Low taper fade, as the kids say.
Over to the far side, McGowan spinning in front of the scorekeeper's bench, has it on his back end, sticks lifted, players battling for it, sneaks back out to Eggleseder. Feeding that one up to Salazar, working his way up the left boards, gets it knocked down in center ice. Fed back to Gruber, he's got a little bit of time, sauces it up to McGowan, he's on the far side again. Sends that one in deep from the right side of the red line. 13:30 left to go here. 1-0 Warriors early in the first period. Salazar in behind the net. Gruber trying to break that up, and now here comes the Hawks down the right wing. Managed to take a shot. Big blocker save by Simon Prokop. Salazar with the hit. McGowan feeding it around. Nobody there that's wearing a Warriors jersey. They're in the crisp whites, of course. Some more shoving in the corners. It might be tough to see. You might get a little bit better of an angle there. That one's flipped all the way down the ice. It's going to be whistled down as an icing. 12:55 left to go. It's a first period here. Harry Haviland hanging out with you on a Friday night at South Sub. Foster line back out there. Trying to win this one back as Moore's creeping into the far side. He does win it back. Owen Moore gets to it. Sends it on his back around the far side. Benevelski racing after it. A couple of players get their sticks on it. And it gets caught up in the mesh. Pops couldn't tap it down, so they're going to wait for some fresh rubber to get flipped up over the glass. And it's going to be a face-off to the right side of Prokop in the Warriors' defensive end. Shot comes in, deflected in front, sent wide into the corner. Moore trying to feed this one out to the blue line. Still pressured in there by Littleton. Back out to the point. Haviland chasing after it, forcing the spin back around. Moore picks the loose puck up, tips it up, but not all the way out. Littleton working their way out of the Warriors' corner. Foster trying to take it away from him. It's in front. Prokop falling on top of it. Popovic right there with him. That's going to be whistled down. The Warriors are going to make a full line change. Nope, they're not going to make a full line change, just changing the D. Haviland's a little bit quick to get off the ice there. He doesn't like playing the defensive zone, I guess. I know how to fix that. Get it out of your own end. They're going to try and do that, but it comes out and Pops can't muscle his way through. And Littleton knocks it back into the corner. Cannonberg now behind his own net. Henry Cannonberg sending it up the far way to Popovic, breaking through center ice. Foster coming up with them. Pops walks across the blue line, taking it wide to the right side. Goes up against the boards, can't tip it into Foster, and now there's a big tangle up against the boards taken away by Littleton. One-on-one now coming in on Henry Cannonberg. Coming in looking for the pass. Haviland on the back check, hanging on to that guy's stick. Knocks it away so he can't catch the pass. Now Cannonberg and Haviland are both battling in the corner. Out to the blue line, knocked down by Foster, sent back in. Henry Cannonberg, backhand flipper on the far side. Popovic can't get to it, loose in the slot, picked up by Cannonberg, up to the stick of Haviland. He tipped it too far in front of himself, and then it's knocked back into the Warriors zone. Joey Kolchevsky picks it up, feeding that out. It's off the skate of Foster, up over the ref's shoulder, and into the bench. The coach gives that one back because he says he doesn't think that'll look good on his mantle. We're going to keep playing with the same piece of puck. 11:27 left to go. First period, 1-0 Warriors.
Shout out to Bonnie Weaver, just killing it on the music tonight.
A little bit of Katy Perry, nothing gets you pumped up like that.
Oh, yeah.
All the way around. Picked up Wooly off his skate and bounces that one out to center ice. Toto chasing it down. He's got Madeo up there with him on the forecheck. Toto makes him dump it back in the far side. Wooly chasing into the right corner. Toto steps into his man, taking him down. Puck's picked up by Littleton, and the Hawks try and work it up out of their end. They clear the blue line. And Egelceder's back in his own end, in on front, and diving on top of that puck was Prokop. He had the players crashing down on top of him. He didn't want to let them loose. And we will have another defensive zone draw here for the Warriors. I think we've still only had one shot on net. But I like our odds. Just put the puck on net and it goes in. 10 shots, 10 goals. Got to get it out of our own end first there. Toto's working on that as he's behind the net. Backhanded over by Benevelski. It's underneath the player on the ice. Toto gets back in front of it. Tries to kick it up to Wooly. Intercepted there, but Wooly takes his man out. And Benevelski has a little bit of time behind his net. Not a lot as he feeds it up to Madeo. That one's sent out, but it was not tipped by anybody in a dark jersey, so it's going to be sent back down into the Warriors' end for another face-off. It was 85 degrees in Denver today, and I think it's about 14 here in the Rink 3 on the far side of South Suburban. We all had to take our Hawaiian shirts and shorts and flip-flops off to get in here. But we're enjoying some exciting hockey so far this Friday evening. Laura Salazar and McGowan out there. McGowan's chasing his man in behind the net. Eggy with the hit, back out to the point, kept in by Littleton. Another shot. Salazar gets a stick on that and then chases the puck into the corner. Back out to the blue line. Littleton sending another one in, taken away by McGowan. He has on his backhand, flips it up to the blue line, and Salazar can't force it across. Still kept in here by Littleton with Egelceder behind the net. Right back into the scrum and out to the blue line. Littleton holding it in right in front of the Warriors bench, dumping it in behind. Egelceder's going to try his luck on the other side, flipping it up to Lar. It's taken away before it gets to him, and Littleton curls back into the corner. Hawks with the puck. Getting physical in the corner there with a couple of players going hard at it. Not shying away from it. Gruber's right in the pile. Back up to Lar. Fed back to Gruber. Backhand behind the net. It's a weak one, but Egelceder goes after it. Flips it out to the point. Tries to get that bouncing puck. It's taken away by Salazar. He's got one guy to beat. Salazar with a drop pass. His teammates were not with him as they were at the end of a long defensive shift. All changing up now. Fresh legs out here. 1-on-4 coming in for the Hawks. Foster on the far side, tipped up against the board. Salazar still out there. Back to Kolchevsky and flipped up into the Warriors bench. 9 minutes left to go in the first period. OTT with you, and it's a 1-0 hockey game. A lot of the moms sporting the lovely new Warriors sweaters out here. All got their player's name and number on the sleeve, a fuzzy Warrior on the front.
Fuzzy Warrior.
Fuzzy Warrior. Well, it's Warriors in fuzzy, like
Right, yeah.
some kind of fuzziness. Cannonberg's taking that puck away but can't get it out. Hawks forcing their way in. Kolchevsky with the tip in front, flip back out to the blue line. Foster putting the pressure on him. They go across the other side, step around Haviland as he was looking to block a shot. Then he ties up the stick there, and Pop steals it away. Off the boards and out. Littleton's going to pick it up. Looking to go far up as the man was still in deep. Cannonberg steps into that. Foster gets back into it, and Pop keeps it out of the zone. Back out to center ice now. Littleton regrouping back in their own end. Circling around, the pressure coming from Haviland to get it to the blue line. Backhand out to center, and Cannonberg takes his man out. Kolchevsky tries to get it out. Back across, big pass over. Haviland had some time there, and then he picks the puck back up, gets it taken away from him, and then here comes Littleton. Man scooting towards the front of the net. Littleton has it in the corner, dumping it in. Benevelski behind his own twine, trying to backhand it through, clearing it out to center ice. The Warriors looking for some sustained pressure. They've been in defensive mode for the first half of this game. 7:49 left to go to see if they can turn that action around and tilt the ice in the other direction. Couldn't power his way out of the zone was Toto. That one sneaks across the blue line. Medeo comes out, and it's going to be an offside, but right in your living rooms, Medeo finishes his check. He looks like he's feeling pretty good out there. Toto, Medeo, and Woolley. Toto trying to win that one forward. He gets tangled up. Reverse it there as Gruber takes a seat. Woolley can't send it around the far side of the boards. Now he's in a battle in the corner. Littleton working their way through. In front. Shot and Prokop coming across. Huge. In Prokopian fashion, Simon's doing his job in between the pipes, keeping this a 1-0 hockey game.
Can I mention we love our goalies? We love our goalies.
We love all our goalies. Yeah. Not all our players all the time, but always our goalies.
But definitely the goalies.
I'm kidding. I love all the players. Gruber and Egelseeder behind the off the glass, bouncing that one through center. Medeo's chasing. Icing's going to be waved off as the puck rolls in. They fan on that one. Medeo taking his man into the corner. Looking after this puck right through Foster's head. And it is back past Egelseeder. Dylan turns, fires Toto, tipping it clear of the blue line. Woolley's trying to stick lift that one and take it away. He makes him pass it back out. Littleton cycling in neutral territory, make the pass across, flip a weak one into the corner, takes an awkward bounce there, and Gruber knocks his man off there. Egelseeder off the boards to Woolley. Can't tip that one through. He gets stood up at his own end. Coming around now, Littleton circling. Back out to the blue line, using those points, looking for a tip in front. That one sails just wide. Weber. Back end, flip up and out there. It's going to go all the way down, but it allows Toto to get off as he sends it the length of the ice. Lots of good action, but making me nervous here is the ice is definitely leaning in favor of Littleton at this point. The Hawks have been playing a lot of offensive hockey. The Warriors trying to figure it out. That one's won back, and Reed Lars chasing it down the ice. Reed going after it. He gets a position taken away from him, and Littleton turns it back the other side. Running into Kolchevsky at center ice, gets a play slowed up. They stay on side, or they do not stay on side. I think he lifted his leg just at the wrong time. Might have seen a fire hydrant there. That dog goes offside. Foster, Haviland, Popovic. Snap it up with Benevelski and Moore right in front of us. Trying to get the action going here for the Warriors. That one's won back. Owen Moore up off the boards. That one's going to be waved away from icing as it's coming in on the goaltender, and Littleton picks it up in their own crease. Popovic putting the pressure on. Littleton picks that puck back up, sending it up the boards. Haviland can't keep it in. Goes across the far side to Benevelski. He turns, dumps it right back in. Good job there by Sasha. And here's a little bit of forechecking pressure. Back over to Foster. Back out to Benevelski. Walks in and rips one just wide. "100% shooting here for the Warriors right now. Apparently all they got to do is put it on net as Moore gets it stripped away. And now Benevelski and Moore both racing back. Moore with a good speed and a great angle to get back on top of that puck. He's trying to settle it as it's rolling behind the net. Benevelski gets back to it, sending that one out to center ice. Popovic chasing his man in on the forecheck. They turn it back out to center. Getting tangled up there is Moore. And in with Benevelski in behind his own net. Turns it back up off the boards. Kannenberg with a pass to Haviland. He's got some speed, trying to backhand that one through. The puck was caught up there on some rough ice, but Foster, Haviland, and Woolley are now in the offensive zone. Woolley stick handling through, back to Foster, shoots one. It's loose in front, and the goalie has it. Oh, now we're down to 50% shooting.
Just like that.
After this, I'm done with the math. Deo, Toto, Woolley, Kolchevsky, and Kannenberg. Toto battling the loose pucks in front. Medeo trying to knock it down. Medeo with another swipe at it. That one just gets bounced wide. Medeo gets run into, knocking his man down. Toto on the backhand gets tripped up. No call there. Toto from his knees trying to stick handle this one in. It's taken away and then knocked right back in. The Warriors with the pressure now. Sneaking that one out. Cannonberg keeping it at the blue line. Henry Cannonberg working his way deep into the offensive zone. Willie's back on D covering for him as the Hawks take it back out of the zone. Turned around. Medeo trying to take that one. He goes down. Toto with the backhand and then the shot to the head knocking him down. It's starting to get physical out there, folks, with 4 minutes and 2 seconds left to go here in the first period. Bouncing puck back out to center ice. Warriors trying to turn it on here. Kolchevsky going into the corner. They bump up against each other. The puck comes loose. Kolchevsky still digging for it. Toto with him. Sneaks back out. Littleton just backhands that one back into the corner. Kolchevsky spins for it. Cannonberg up the corner to Medeo. Can't get it across the blue line, kept in by the pinching Littleton defenseman. Cannonberg with another attempt at it. Gets bumped up against the boards. Of course, he's not going down against the much bigger player, number 7. Now Kolchevsky. Back over. Hammered out to the point by Toto, not cleared. Then finally sent the length of the ice. That's on net. Great shot out of there by the Warriors. Weber chasing it down as the rest of his lineys get to the bench and changed up. Taken away by Owen Moore at center ice. Moore's coming in. Big rig sends it and goes after it. Weber on the far side. Hawks dump it out to the blue line. Just jumps over Benevelski's stick. That one's deflected up and into the Hawks bench. What a game we got going for you on the OTT Sports Network. 2:53 left to go in the first. It's 1-0 Warriors. McGowan at center ice, kicking this one forward off the face-off win. Gets a one-hand stick on it and sending it into the Hawks' end. Salazar chasing it. They dump it around behind the far side of the net, send it out of the zone. Up to Moore, who lines his man up. Gets the shoulder into him as he continues to battle for the puck. Weber joining him in the fight, and then it's flipped up to Salazar into the glove of the Hawks player, and he knocks it down and shoots it in. McGowan feeding it off the boards in front of his own bench and back out to center. Turned around by the Hawks. They stay onside, flipping a bouncing puck in. Prokop knocking that over to the corner. Around by Benevelski, being chased by Weber. Salazar, sorry, not Weber. That one goes under Weber's stick as Morris sent it out. Weebs peels off for a change, and the Hawks are right inside their own blue line. With McGowan giving them a reason to knock it up the ice, they flip it in, and Egelceder goes back to pick it up. Backhand drop there for Benevelski with the Hawks making a change. Sasha's got a little bit of time to take this out of his own end. Sasha winding up, looking for Foster. Foster pushes this one through, and in comes Devin. Down the left wing. They get in front of him, cut off the angle, and take the puck away. Still in front, loose there. Great work there by Devin Foster, just unable to convert, and this puck comes back in off the backboards. Egelceder tipping it in. Egelceder has it back, and then flipped up, knocked out, not out. Eggy back on the far corner again, taking his man out, breaking that play up. They couldn't get the puck back out to the blue line, so now it's forced back into the corner. The centering pass comes through the crease. Haviland's back in his own end. Tips it out, but not clear the zone. Knocking that one down, has to turn into the corner. Haviland now forced to take the man with 1:11 left to go here in the first period. Egelceder jumping into the play, coming across. Centering pass in front, taken away there by Foster. Back out to the blue line. Another shot comes in, blocked in front, and flipped the length of the ice. That one's going to go wide of the net, so it will be an icing call. Final minute of play here in the first period. Shots definitely in favor of the Hawks. The Warriors playing some good defense, and they are up 1-0. 6-4 officially are the shots? That seems a little off to me. Winding this one down, Kolchevsky back to Cannonberg, looking for that feed pass up to Toto, who gets a stick on it, sending it the length of the ice. Icing's waved off on that. The Warriors pressure into the corner. Toto going after it. Kolchevsky racing to the far side, keeps it in. Dumping that one around the boards. Toto picks it up on his backhand. He's got this one deep in the left side. Taken away by the Hawks. Woolley coming after it, looking to get an angle on him, and now it's 2-on-2 with 22 seconds. Knocked down. We got a penalty coming here against the Warriors. Medeo's gonna get the roughing call with 16 seconds left to go. And I hear that there is, I know that's not gonna work for you, is it? We can lower this down in the intermission. I hear that there's a couple of our biggest fans back in Palmer who are allowed to stay up late on a Friday night to watch this hockey game. Annabelle and Penelope, we are here with you. I know you're cheering for Kai and the Warriors, and they keep asking to hear the color commentator say a little bit more. Shot comes in on the power play here for 10 more seconds. Backhanded out there by Cannonberg. Flip down the length of the ice. It's going to be on net again. Great job, as that's going to wind down the first period. Ending the first one and going into the intermission, 1-0 Warriors. And don't worry, girls back there, we're going to get the whole breakdown of the first period here from Diane.
There was some skating, there was some shooting. I know you all saw a lot of the back of the ref's jersey. I apologize, it's just where we're set up. I don't know. I mean, I like what I'm seeing. I think they're playing well. They're poised. They're steady. They're comfortable. I'd like to see a little more jump, but good first period, in my opinion.
We do have to recognize that we are playing against a top team in this division right now. The Warriors are coming out strong as number 2, but they got a great goal in there to take the lead, and they've been back on their heels for the most of that first period. They had a couple of great opportunities, just didn't get it, but if they can continue to work on that, look at the difference in the size of those 2 goalies that Littleton has over there. It's like a father-son tandem or something that they're talking. You can't even see the other guy behind them.
Or like if you put pads on you and me.
Oh yeah, me and you.
Yeah.
That's what we'd look like on the ice over there.
Yep. Circus couple.
Second period's going to be coming at you. Brought to you by none other than Canadian Tire. Proud sponsor of Warriors hockey and the second period at South Suburban. If you need tomato seeds, if you need a tire rotation, if you need some hockey pads, heck, if you need some canning jars, what else can you get there? Fishing gear. You just head yourself to Canadian Tire and get it all done there. Warriors hockey brought to you by Canadian Tire at South Sub on the OTT Sports Network. Flipping around the other way, Toto wins that one back, gets it high off the glass. Eggleseder back to kick it right up. They're still killing off a penalty here for the first minute and 37 seconds. They send it down the length of the ice, and the second dumbest rule comes into play, and we're going to go back into the Warriors' end. Toto and Woolley out there with Gruber and Eggleseder. Out to the point and managing to clear that one that forces the Hawks back into center ice. They mishandle one pass back into their own end. Looking to break that one through center ice, making the pass across. Eggleseder gets a stick on it, and Gruber chases him down into the corner. Going around the far side. Woolley pastoring at the blue line, forces a shot that sends high and wide. At the top of the circle, turning around, Littleton looking for the give and go in front. And they execute that play with perfection. Sneaking in for a power play goal and tying this one up at ones with 15-16 left to go in the second frame. Another special shout out today. I don't know if he's still listening or if he gets Wi-Fi on the OTT jet. Happy birthday to Shooter McGowan. He can't be here with us tonight because he's celebrating on his way to Dubai. But a special shout out to him, OTT commentator, cameraman, and all around great guy, Shooter McGowan. We're going to wade through here. No, Popovic across, just misses Haviland, who turns, dumps it down in deep, doesn't get it far enough. Littleton picking that one up, knocked down by Haviland, kept in there. Foster battling up against the boards. Haviland skating his way into the scrum. Popovic out at the blue line, and then sent back around. Pop's going after it. Moore's going to be the first one there, tipping it back out to center. Hawks pick up the loose puck. They are offside as they're making a change, trying to break into the zone.
Gotta drag a leg, buddy.
Got to connect on some passes here for the Warriors when you're breaking in 2-on-1 like that as well.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt. I think you should broaden your accent for this particular broadcast.
Broaden my accent?
I mean, Canadian Tire is the sponsor. You could sound a little more Canadian.
Well, before the game, I know I was back out behind the Esso station there ripping a dart with Michael Fox there and Willie Schatz. And they were saying, hey, the Warriors just got to be doing some good playing hockey here. And then when you're all done, we'll go for a rip, eh, bud? I was like, yeah, not a problem, eh? And then we're going to go for a rip with those guys and listen to some Celine Dion, watch Deadpool.
Well, I mean, I think you hit all the stereotypes there. I would settle for, you know, a little bit of Tool here and a little bit of a Bud and an out.
Canadian Tire, it's more than tires.
Out of the zone.
Salazar trying to keep this in. Yes, there's a hockey game going on. You don't listen to us running our mouths here. Good tip away there by Cannonberg. Fires that one out to the far side. Nobody quite home as they were making a change. Weaver's coming off the bench, skates over to that side. Cannonberg back in his own end. Hank trying to knock that one up. Back over to Littleton. Shot in front. Oh, and it was up over the shoulder of Prokop. A loose Littleton player snuck in behind. Found the puck and the empty net and puts it in.
I think we need some Celine Dion right now.
Unlucky bounce there for the Warriors as they go down 2-1 and gotta find a jump here. They're gonna try and do that here with McGowan, Weaver, and Salazar out. Up off the boards, Eggleseder taking the body. McGowan stepping back into the play. The backhand doesn't get clear of the zone. Sent around the far side. Finn Salazar picks that one up, gets it outside the blue line. Weaver trying to knock it down. Another puck up into the benches and whistled down. It's the other thing about Rink 3, there's no servers down here.
Quel dommage.
Quel dommage, that sounds like a Celine Dion song. Fired all the way down. Woolley and Toto chasing it. Woolley with that speed. Just about knocked that one away. He couldn't turn around fast enough to pick it up. Out to the point. Kept in. Oh, and just couldn't get a handle on it with Toto. He gets knocked up against the boards, going down with a couple of players. Up off the boards. Toto still from his knees manages to turn that one back into the Hawks' end. They put it back around Toto, back to the blue line. Gruber getting knocked down, trying to get to that puck. Manning behind Eggleseder, but he steals the puck first. Centering pass, not getting through. Warriors need to get a couple of those neutral ice passes to connect in order to make something happen. Medeo ends up with the puck in the far corner. Working his way around, Austin Medeo gets two guys up against him, still battling, gets it finally stripped off. Medeo doesn't give up on it, he's still chasing him down. Flipped out to center ice where an waiting Hawks player finds that puck and dumps it deep in, going behind the net. Over to Gruber, back up to Medeo on the far side, backhand by Toto, bumped off the puck and sent to center. The Hawks just in the right spots where they need to be making these passes and knocking them in deep. They're keeping the Warriors pressed into their own zone. Warriors trying to get out. It's Toto in the corner. Up off the boards, not clear of the zone, right back into the corner. Toto's going to have another attempt at it. He sees Woolley at center ice. That was tipped and no icing. Deacon Woolley chasing it down. Changing up here as the Hawks have 3-on-2 as they work their way across the blue line. Into center, still have the puck as it works over in the far corner. Moore taking his man out. Lar stepping up with a backhand pass back over to Moore. Can't flip it, clear the blue line. Finally it gets out off a couple of skates and sticks, and somebody got taken out there hard. Reed Lar, 3-on-1 if the Warriors hurry up here. Popovic going towards the front of the net. Lar turning back into the corner. Devin Foster, Popovic going after it. Pop centering pass, and it was just picked off there as Benevelski was sneaking in from the point looking for it. Up over Benevelski's head. Back in now, he's on the chase with the Hawks controlling back in the Warriors' end. More with the stick, back over to Benevelski. Popovic at the blue line, back over to the far side. Weber's out there. That one goes up off Weber and out of play. Into the mesh it goes, and with 10:47 left to go here in the second, the Warriors are trying to climb their way out of a 2-1 deficit. Foster, Popovic, and Weber out there. Try to get this one out. It's kept in there by the Hawks. Benevelski up around the far side to Weber. Couldn't clear the zone. The Hawks flip it right back in. Prokop knocks it down out of the air. Benevelski now being challenged in behind his own net. Manages to walk out of there. Benevelski still has the puck. And then it's dumped out to center ice. Foster trying to knock it down, back in, battling just on the outside of the Warriors' blue line, and then kicked in by the Hawks. Trying to see there as Popovic got in the way of that shot, and it gets sent wide of the net. Weber pushing his man off the puck. The Hawks send it right back in. Owen Moore behind the net. Backhand pass up the boards. Popovic not out. Over to the far side. Past Benevelski and Moore, and another shot in front gets knocked out. Back to the blue line. Hawks managing to keep this one in. Another one, and to the blue line. Can he build up some speed here? Luke Weber through center ice. Has Foster with them. They are dead tired at the end of this long shift. And they knock that one finally deep into the zone so they can peel off for a change. Canterbury going after it as the defensive man fell in behind his own net. Kolcheski back to the blue line, shooting one in, looking for the tip. The puck's loose in front. Lars spins it in front. Couldn't find the right angle on that, and it's back out to center with Canterbury, leaving it there for Haviland. Turned around, looking for Woolley up front. Here comes Deacon Woolley trying to stick his way through, and he just got spun around. Lars stepping up into the play. Woolley in front. Haviland's trying to knock it out. And then skating through, and it's a 2-0 for Littleton. They missed the net high and wide. Pass Lar, Haviland trying to break this play up, out to the blue line. Troll back, shot comes in, Prokop with another save, and this time he hangs on. Great opportunity there for the Hawks, negated by the big body of Prokop as they forced that one up into the glass and out of play. 8:43 left to go. Foster, Weber, and Medeo out there. Trying to figure out what they're doing with lines. I'm getting all kinds of confused right now. Foster gets kicked out of the draw. Weber stepping in to lean into this one. Weber winning that one over to the far side. Goes past Egelceder. Battling behind the net. Weber pushing his man into the corner. Back out to the blue line. They've got a lane. They shoot one in. It's deflected off a couple of bodies in front, off the glass. Back out, Medeo. He's got 1-on-2 opportunity here. Austin coming through. Weber holds up on the blue line, and Medeo gets taken out as he tries to take this one wide right. Hibbity hoopla, hoopla. Medeo. Back to Gruber, kept in there by Weber, taken away by the Hawks. 1-on-1 opportunity coming in against Egelceder, but he puts himself offside, and that one comes outside the zone for another draw.
That's rare, the self-burn. That's what happens when you dangle the blue line.
On your own.
On your own. Too much dangling.
Continuing to shift things around here. Haviland centering Toto and Woolley. Or Popovic and Woolley, sorry. Chasing back into their own
everything
end.
in the wall tonight. Seeing what sticks.
Popovic trying to take that one away. They get across the red line, set it in deep. Cannonberg letting him have it so he can take his man out hard. Littleton still controlling this puck. Get it back out to the blue line. Shot comes in. It was through some bodies, but Prokop had the mitt in the position that he needed to. Gloving it down for another whistle. Shots on net must be interesting at this point, but it is only a 2-1 lead, and the Warriors trying to claw their way back in. Haviland still at the draw on his defensive end. Ties his man up. The puck is still loose, being battled away, and the Warriors manage to kick it down the ice. Are they going to say the Warriors hit it? I guess they will. Not sure even who touched that puck. There was a lot of sticks involved in the action. It's been a couple of weeks, and yes, Aunt Edna, we have missed you just as much as you've missed us. Hanging out there in Arkansas. Hope you're having a lovely start to your weekend. Everybody else, we mentioned our friends and family in Palmer. We've got friends and family flying to Dubai. We got friends and family across Canada and all over every state in the lower 48. Plus Alaska and Hawaii. I'm not going to forget about you guys either. The OTT family is worldwide, and we love every one of you. Gruber in his own end. Can't get it out. Lara's waiting for that one at center ice. Skating around. Gruber's going back into it. Toto's trying to chase. That one just missed in front of the net as the Hawks tried to center. The Hawks have it back in the corner. Then Toto trying to muscle his way through the blue line here. 3 Hawks converge on him, and they keep the puck deep in the Warriors' end. They can see they're off the glass and out. Lara's up deep. Lara's tied up, and oh, he just sends that one out. Reed Lara heading hard towards the net. Toto taking the hit, but Medeo comes up with the puck. Austin Medeo on his backhand in the corner. 2 guys on him instantly. Back over in front. Reed Lar skating around. Lar can't get that shot off. He is getting pushed into the corner and doesn't get a clean shot off. Toto now chasing. Takes his man down. Change up here for the Warriors. They've got 6 players on the ice right now. And that is very, very lucky that the Warriors didn't get called on that. That would have been an interesting if they would have scored on there. They get another shot on.
Math. It's not just Trevor's not strong point. It's also the refs.
What is?
Math.
Math? Who's Trevor?
Sorry.
Trevor's really good at math. Harry's not.
Harry's not.
Foster taking that draw. On the line here with Weber and Popovic. Foster behind the net, knocks it down to Weber. Foster working his way out and tucks it in! Devin Foster finding the loose puck! He's alone in the corner and sneaks it past. We've got ourselves a tie hockey game.
Oh, and he is pumped about that one.
Great quick reaction there by Foster, as there's not much time to think out there at that speed. He gets it on his handle and finds the back. Staying out here now. 14-8 are the official shots here in favor of Littleton. I still don't believe that. Should be a little bit more than that, but we'll take it. Popovic trying to steal this one away. Noah Popovic at the blue line, takes it, turns, shoots one. Looking for a pass there, I'm going to say to Foster, because that couldn't have been a shot. Benabelski keeping it in at the blue line. Salazar pushing it up. Him and Toto are battling up against the corner. Foster's looking for that loose puck to sneak out as he's hanging out at the top of the circle. It comes back over to Littleton. They send it around the net with 5:37 left to go here in the second period. Stolen away by Popovic. Turns, shoots, knocked down in front. Pops with another swipe at it. Diving and then kept it at the blue line. Turning around, Henry Cannonberg working his way into the corner. Hank circling around, still has the puck. The pass out to Toto, who shovels that one in, and then the falling Littleton player is coming up 2-on-1, calling for an offside, but he gets a shot, and Simon says, not today. Woo! Dangerous play at the blue line. It works out in the Arapahoe's favor here, but they're going to be in the defensive zone for a drop. 5:10 left to go. It's a 2-2 hockey game on the OTT Sports Network. Toto at the draw on the defensive end. That was one cleanly, back out to Littleton. They play the point and then tip it into the corner. Egelceder around, trying to get this one out. He has Toto at the blue line. Working his way up was Egelceder, who takes his man out. Bouncing puck through center ice. Toto racing after it. Madeo gets to it first. Him and Toto still fighting, and Toto gets absolutely knocked from behind. Come on. Dan's not happy about that one. They are going to give him the cross check. Will it be 2? Maybe my bang on the glass helped it.
It did, 100%.
I can't believe I just did that. I'm not a glass banger.
It's a heavy penalty right there.
Yeah.
Harry Haviland with the assist on the penalty, and now the Warriors got 2 minutes with the man advantage. The offensive zone draw, here it is. Woolley, Madeo, and Toto alongside Cannonberg and Foster. Switching some stuff up here, going with 4 forwards and 1 D. They must have been working on this. Toto doesn't know where to stand. Apparently they weren't working too hard on it. Pressing it in. Madeo, Woolley in the corner, back over, looking to get set up. Foster back over to Woolley. Woolley out to the blue line, flipping that one all the way across. Picked up by Toto. He's working his way in the corner. They're not giving him much space. He gets taken into the boards. Toto battling for it. Cannonberg stepping in from the blue line. In front, Madeo trying to pick that one up. Woolley in front, and Foster with the shot. Foster with another chance. Oh, he was wide there. Cannonberg back into his own end. Has to pick this puck up, and now he's working his way out with speed. Pass up to Toto. Here come the Warriors the other way on the power play. Deacon Woolley working his way down the right wing. Woolley gets away one. Foster in behind the net. Devin Foster trying to get set up. No room here given by the Hawks team. They send that pass up, and now Toto's back. It's a shorthanded breakaway attempt, and they miss the net again. Good hustle by Toto to get back and force that puck. Can't get it out of their own zone here. The shorthanded Hawks finally get it knocked down away from them. The Warriors work their way out of the zone. Toto's looking for that pass, and it's going to be a high stick tap, but Warriors get it back. Here comes Madeo. He's got Foster with him towards the net. That one sneaks all the way through. Woolley's going to have to rip off for a change. Madeo continuing to put the pressure in. Cannonberg stepping in from the blue line. That one's sent all the way down, but it's not going to hit icing as Haviland's back into his own end to pick this up. Kai Haviland spinning around with 28 seconds left to go. Makes that big pass up. Egelceder gets back on side as Weber comes across. Takes a shot. Loose puck comes off the pad of the goaltender. Weber getting crunched up against the boards. I can't even see who's in there, but there's a few players battling up against the glass. The puck seems to be covered up. 9 seconds ticking off the clock. They're just going to hold it up against the boards. Weber finally sneaks it out. Picked up by Littleton. They flip it off the boards. Gruber in deep. Comes all the way back out to center ice. Egelceder flipping that one in. A couple of good opportunities on the power play, but we're now back to 5-on-5 hockey. Weber to Haviland, and shoots! Oh! I don't know if that was a save or a block, but it was a good opportunity for Haviland in front. Lar trying to get physical in the corner. Haviland gets stepped around, then Popovic knocks that down with his skate. Pops shooting one in front. Loose puck, and no! They just get it out of the crease. Littleton back out to the point. Getting flopped down there at the blue line was Gruber. The ref looks like he took a little bit of a bump, but he's okay. Tied up there, Haviland and Popovic in the corner. Pops comes out of the scrum with it. Pop on his backhand, turns it back into the corner. Haviland just misread that pass. It bounces off the backboards and then reversed by the Hawks. 1:51 left to go. All the way down the ice, and Prokop is going to get sprayed with that one. Egelceder managed to knock it away from the net. Hawks drop it off of the point. Man sneaking into the corner, taken away by Popovic as they tried to center it. In the corner, Hawks back out, another good stick of Popovic, kicking that one back out to the point. Foster with the pressure, tip goes wide. And the Hawks have it in behind Warriors net. Back out to the blue line, top of the circles, taken away there by Eagleseder, kicking it out. And Salazar manages to feed this one through. A net guard on the ground there, gloved down by Popovic at center ice. Salazar trying to come back and pick that one up. Taken away and flipped in by the Hawks. End-to-end hockey here at South Sub. Gruber back in his own end. Back of the ref's head looking good. Oh, just about knocked down there by Popovic. How long has Popovic been out there? And he's still got wheels. That's all that soccer training he used to do.
Soccer stamina.
I'm out of breath just commentating Popovic, never mind having a skate with him. Good job there by Moore as he keeps this out of the center of the ice. Moore back in behind the net. Centering pass just missed there in front by the Hawks. Back over, shot in front. Cleared through the far side of the net with 16 seconds left to go in the second. Out to the blue line, trying to get it through. Toto was looking for a pass, but the Hawks keep it in. Woolley still can't knock that one clear of the blue line. Now finally to Toto, 3 seconds left. McGowan can't tip it up, Madeo can't tip it up. And what a second period, just as much action as we were expecting. And it's 2-2 after 2. Harry Haviland still here with you at South Sub, the OTT Sports Network, bringing you the action. And now for our second period breakdown, we're going to bring Diane back on to make sure her mic's still working. What did you see there in the second?
Well, folks, there was some but you know, maybe we should go over my hockey resume, which involves a whole lot of floor hockey in Canada.
Were you a good floor hockey player back in your day?
The curve on my stick, nobody could get it off.
That curve is still stuck on the stick at the elementary school in Port St. John, British Columbia.
Yep.
It's actually up in the trophy case right alongside their curling championships and broom ball awards.
And don't forget the rodeo.
And the rodeo, and the rodeo.
Perhaps I should ask someone who's actually played the game on ice. You know, if it wasn't for the skating part, I would have been an awesome hockey player. But I'm going to deflect to you.
Oh, do you think I was a good skater?
Well, I mean, better than me.
I hope nobody's listening, but I will say I did skate at one point in my life. I love the way the Warriors are coming back here. They're putting some pressure finally on the offensive side. They've connected with a couple of passes, and they're getting some guys in behind where they need them. Defensively, though, they are as strong as they could possibly be. The Warriors' D and their mentality on the defensive side of this puck has been incredible. They got to keep this up to the third period and continue to make those passes and break this one down, just like Owen Moore does as he gets across the red line and flips that in on the goaltender.
Agreed, Harry. Excellent analysis.
That one comes out. Haviland manages to tip it down, then gets flipped around, but Benevelski has some time to get back to it. Foster leaving that one in for Moore. Out to the blue line. That is offside, and we'll have a whistle right down in front of the press box here, outside of the Warriors zone. Jack Halott there behind the net, coordinating the D, doing some good coaching. Whatever they're doing back there, they got to keep it up. Won by the Warriors. Moore with a pass up on the far boards, no one there to pick it up, so the Hawks are going to have it. 15-30 left to go in the third period. Owen Moore tried to skate up with that puck. He gets knocked past Popovic. Back to Benevelski, over to the far side, just behind Foster, who puts it up off the boards and into the Hawks' territory. Popovic chasing after it, forcing the drop pass. And Foster has a puck, shoots one, and he puts it just high and wide. Moore with another shot, trying to take that one out. He gets tangled up with a player, and now it's a 2-on-1 coming in against Benevelski. They shoot Popovic, or broke up with the save. The rebound comes out, another shot going wide. Benevelski back over. The Hawks seem to have a little bit of jump here right now. Benevelski tying his man up, getting that puck kicked over. Back out to the blue line for the Hawks. Shot comes in. Prokop trying to glove that down. Buy his boys some time. And it finally gets back over to Benevelski. He needs to send this one out. He gets it clear of the zone, but the Hawks get right back on side and force it back into the Warriors' end. Centering pass through the crease over to Benevelski. The Hawks with one guy on them, and then Haviland tips it back out. Oh, Woolley just had that one skirt underneath the heel of his stick as he was looking to steal one away. Cannonberg back in his own end. Taken away by the Hawks. Back in front, loose puck gets sticked back out inside the Hawks end. Woolley stealing that one away. He spins it off the boards. Deacon Woolley from the bottom. He gets tripped down, and then another big hit coming in as Medeo takes it in the corner. Medeo goes and runs over his guy. Out to the point. Cannonberg turns, fires one and a loose puck. It's all the way through. It was loose in the crease, and nobody can find a way to swipe it in. Deacon Woolley picks that up, and we have a whistle. And the whistle is because littering, it's offside. Littering and offside.
Perhaps I should have deferred to my my dad's commentary here, who actually played. I don't know if you'd agree that that's correct.
I will read it here in a second, but we've got some game action coming at us as Woolley and Kolchevsky go after the man. Cannonberg back in his own end, trying to do a juke move there. It's in front. Prokop dives on that one. 80% of the play is for the Hawks with a lot of time in the Warriors' end. The Hawks are using defensive man really well to pitch at the blue line. The Warriors are coming on strong towards the end of the period. Much better in the second. That's a great breakdown right there.
Yeah, coming to you from Leduc, Alberta, folks.
Is that ChatGPT?
No, that was my dad, Tim Maisonot, who actually used to scout for the Seattle Thunderbirds. So.
Oh, just in behind him, Reeves couldn't get that one forced through, and it's another offside. Sending it all the way down here. The Hawks bench does not like that one.
Oh.
He got kicked out the last time we played.
He was not happy about an offside call last game.
McGowan, Lara, Weber, Gruber, Eggle-Cedar in the offensive zone. We're all tied up at 2 with 13:28 left to go in the third. Back out up the boards. McGowan trying to knock that one down, 1-on-2, coming in the other way. Tapping that one past Eggle-Cedar. Off the boards, the Hawks picking it back up, trying to center that pass across. They were tied up in front, so they send it off the glass to the far corner. Bounces off a couple of legs, and then sent over the net. Back out to the blue line, held in by the Hawks. Good job there by Weaver, blocking that one down. McGowan has it, trying to pass it up to Lard. It gets through to the Hawks, and now Lard's forced to chase it to the other side. Eggle-Cedar stepping up into the play. And McGowan giving his guy a shot to the face right in front of me.
I'm sorry, I missed that, folks.
Benevelski and Eggle-Cedar behind the net, and an interference call coming against
Littering in.
Graham McGowan for the Warriors.
Is that McGowan with an A or McGowan with an E?
It's McGowan with an A, unlike the fancy sweaters that took 8 weeks to get here. But now the Warriors are facing a penalty kill with 12:47 left to go. The Hawks trying to build off their first power play goal. Cannonberg gets a stick up in the face as he puts that up off the glass. Comes out to the blue line, flipping it back into the corner. The Hawks playing pass with it, back out off the boards, sneaking it back out to the blue line. Foster's stepping his way out there as they walk across the far side. Make the pass back, has to turn it the blue line into the corner. Warriors doing a good job keeping their lanes closed up. Popovic back into the corner, forcing. Stolen away in front, and Henry Cannonberg's got some room. Henry Cannonberg 1-on-1 coming in shorthanded. Hank takes this one wide down the left side, power towards the front. He trips up on his own blade there behind the net, and now Hank's got to get back. Popovic and Benevelski on D, 3-on-2. We're going to way to the center. Shot blocker, save by Prokop. That's having your equipment in the right position right there. Another shot in, rebound, loose in front, taken away. Benevelski trying to knock this down as we're halfway through the penalty kill. Blue line shot in, a tip in front. Prokop had his stick and glove in the right position. The Hawks sending it back over to the far corner. Circling around, trying to get themselves set up with the drop pass at the top of the circle, left side. Shot comes in, Prokop saves it again. Flip back out to the blue line, coming across, settling down that rolling puck. Top of the other side, another tip. That one gets sent wide of the net. Canterbury using his body, knocked the man off the puck, back to Benevelski. Tries to get this one out. Benevelski racing after it, pushing the man outside the zone. Benevelski from his backside, flipping that one. That was Popovic, sorry, not Benevelski. Great hustle there by Pops. Tipped in, Cannonberg turns and fires that one. He had the time, but he was tired. He's been out there for the entire penalty kill so far and doing a great job at it. 11 seconds left to go.
If you have a charger, there's 10% left on it.
I don't have a charger. How do we plug this in? You guys have a power bar by any chance that you're using? There's no, oh, there's a plug right there, Di, on the other side.
Folks are gonna go for a little walk here.
But we're gonna have to get rid of the microphone to do it. We're not, is there one on this side?
Jump on him!
Damn it, we're gonna run out of juice. Toto trying to get it out of the zone, 10:35 left, 10% left on the camera here. That's not a good thing. We could probably tuck it back into that corner, but we're gonna have to lose the mics to get a bit of a charge. Gruber, here comes Gruber down the ice. Working, he's got Woolley in front, pass to Woolley, and Woolley with the tuck. He goes 5-0, and that's it. That is a goal by Deacon Woolley. That was in 5-hole.
Yeah!
This is as long as a cord that I have, though.
It's definitely in!
So, just gonna have to take this off for a second.
It's in! Yeah!
There's not much there. Trying to get a charge. Give us 2 seconds here. And they're saying that was not a goal. Sorry, our camera died. Did you get anything on there?
We're gonna be in the broadcast.
I need a longer.
Oh no!
We'll try and get a few percent back on here and get back to where we can do something with it. But I gotta stand close if we're gonna hear anything that's going on. There's no way that was not a goal. He tucked that 5-hole. Unfortunately, it's still 2-2. Toto, Haviland, and Woolley out there. Knocked down, glove down by the Hawks player. Haviland couldn't get a stick on that. Crap, we're not getting any of this.
Oh no!
In front, lose Prokop. Another one deflected up into the mesh and out of play. Well, we don't have enough cable. I'll see if I got another cord.
That just gave me 3%.
I don't have another cord, but if you flip it this way, it'll be much better. See what you can do with it. Austin Medeo battling up in the corner with Devin Foster. The Hawks working their way into the Warriors' end. Trying to tuck that one in. 9:38 left to go. 2-2 hockey game. Up over Prokop. And the Hawks trying to tuck it. Shoved away by Owen Moore. Owen stays out of the net and we stay at 2-2. Behind him over. Whistles, let's bring this down. Whistles, let's bring it down. We can just get another 10% out of this, we'll be good to finish the game. That's my fault. I never had a full charge on it before we started. We're down in this freezing cold rink. Hop off the mesh and out of play on that one. It's going to stay in the Warriors' end for another face-off.
Hi, Greg.
Better? Hey, looking good.
I need a longer charging cable.
Until I turn this way.
I gotta bring an extension cord with me from now on. Tangle up with the face-off draw. Warriors control behind the net. Cannonberg hard off the boards. That one goes past Weaver and not clear the blue line. Hawks stepping in. Shot blocked there by Cannonberg. That one comes around far side. Weaver picks it up. He's got some room to work. Lar with the pass across, picked up by Weaver. Just a little bit too ahead of himself on that play, and it's turned back around. Coming in onside, trying to split the D. Going through. Benevelski gets a stick on it and taps it away. Hawks circling to the top of the Warriors zone with that pass out across the blue line, back out to center ice. Drop pass there, so trying to build up speed through center. To the point, another shot comes in, it's blocked down. Back out, Popovic trying to get it, flipping it into the corner, centering pass, and it's on football.
And we charge.
What are we at for percentage? 13, ah, that's lots.
8.5 minutes left. That's the soothing sounds of the Beastie Boys.
Can't see that, we'll get kicked off YouTube. Kicked in there on the far side. There's a knuckle buck that they sent through the crease. Dale trying to get Deacon Willie's going to tip to the center ice. Willie coming in. Willie the Toto shooting one. It's blocked. Weaver stepping in from the blue line. Back out. Engelceder claps one in. Had the heat of. Walker saved by Klokov. They pick up the rebound. Another loose one in front. If we can get a little bit more of a charge on this, I think we'll make it. With that disallowed goal, that was obviously in the net. But there's still lots of time to play. 7 minutes and 53 seconds left to go on this weak battery charge from the OTT Sports Network.
Here we go.
Held up at center ice. Foster back checking him, takes his man down. Back around, Cannonberg spinning. Sends it around the far side, but Benevelski has to turn the opposite direction. Salazar in there to pick up the puck. Kept in by the Hawks. They're working their way in the offensive zone. Back out and picked up there by Lar. Couldn't quite get it out. Kept in by the Hawks. Back over to Benevelski. He's got some room with it. Up over to Salazar. Through to center ice and down into Hawks territory. Chasing that down was Lar. Good enough. Intercepted, and they're going to keep that one onside. Back to the blue line, stolen away by Foster. He catches an edge in front of the net as he was turning wide open. Salazar and Popovic. Back out to Devin Foster, top of the circle, shoots through traffic. It goes off a couple of legs and into the far corner. Going down the far side is Popovic. Foster trying to take his man out. Now here come the Hawks. Good back check there by Salazar, taking that puck away. Forcing it down at center ice is Popovic, but the Hawks still gain the offensive zone. Coming into two players, stripped away by Poss. He backhands that one, clear the red line, and Salazar goes off for a change. A couple of new players come out for the Warriors. 6:27 left to go. Hawks gaining the blue line one more time. They're going to slow this play down as Engelceder takes his man into the corner. Shot comes in. Brokoff with the save. Rebound picked up back by the Hawks. Hawks in behind the net, trying to sneak their way around. Willie loose in front. Puck is still being spun. Tip back out. Hawks find control of it somehow again in the Warriors zone. Warriors sitting back on this a little too much, in my opinion, as they've got to get some offensive force heading out of their own end. Cedar, Woolley tying this one up against the boards of the Hawks. Woolley trying to tap that out. Another Hawks player comes in, gets it to the blue line. They shoot one in wide into the right corner. 5:41 left to go. Benevelski going out there. A tip in front. Holcott didn't see it. Then it's off the glass and out to the blue line. Not clear of the zone. Knocked down by Popovic. At the top, they just hanging on the blue line there. Hawks in control, taking a shot at him. Coming around, Littleton Hawks still have this puck. All the way across the top of the blue line, keeping it in the Warriors zone with 5:16 left to go. Cedar, in behind. Leaving it clear, trying to get it out to Madeo. They need to get it a little bit farther than that. Just a reset here for the Warriors, but they're looking for about 5 minutes of the third period, ready to tick off the clock. Weaver, Benevelski, Eggleston. Back pass Benevelski, Woolley behind the net. Sent in. Back in, the Hawks still have this puck. Through the legs of Weaver. Finally, he's going to clear the blue line. Not for long, though, as it's taken right back by the Hawks. Weaver trying to get back in on the back check, taking this one away. To Benevelski, out to center. Picked right back up on the Hawks. They hold on. Now they send one in offside. And we'll plug in for a couple of seconds.
We're down to 7%.
I can't see underneath there. Down to 7%. I am bad at this game. I'm going to have to make sure we're carrying a charger with us from now on, or an extension cord of some sort. Center ice draw here, 3-2 with the lead are the Littleton Hawks. One back to Kolchevsky. Over to Cannonberg, feeding that one through the center. Foster back over, Kolchevsky stepping in. Cannonberg controlling, gets it to McGowan at center. Tip up for gets knocked down. Hawks looking to get in, but behind the Warriors. They can't. Now Weaver chasing it in on the forecheck. Kolchevsky at the blue line, keeping that one in. Back out, one-on-one against Cannonberg. Here comes the Hawks. Shot in, blocked there by Cannonberg. Back out to the point for the Hawks. And another block shot by Foster. Cannonberg with a backhand to clear the zone. Cannonberg back in. Foster got some time here and some room. Couldn't gain control of that puck. Gloved down by Woolley at center ice. He has to reset it. Neutral territory, make the pass back over to Cannonberg. Cannonberg trying to flip that one into Foster, who's breaking through a couple of players. Now Foster's into the corner. Back out the far side. Woolley. And stepped around. The Hawks looking to get in behind. Good stick of Cannonberg there to bring it up. And Hank walks in. Cannonberg shoots it. Oh, he was looking top corner goal. Got it, just a piece of it. Off the boards, picked up by the Hawks, working their way in. Able to see her back in, and it's rubbed down by Prokop. What are we at?
7%.
7%.
With 3 minutes left, folks.
Can't hear us anymore because our mics aren't plugged in.
Oh.
But I'm trying to talk as loud as I can so if it gets picked up by any microphone on here. We apologize. This is horrible. The best game of the season here for the Warriors so far. And it is a tight one. Bad bounce off the boards. Come in. They shoot one high off the glass. Hawks still keeping this puck in the Warriors' end. Lara going after it in the far corner. Lara going down into the corner. The puck's underneath them. Benevelski's looking for it, but they're going to blow that one down. Hawks making the final changes here with 2:44 left to go. They're up by a goal. The Warriors are facing defensive zone draw, but the Hawks have been all over during this third period. It's been all offensive for the Hawks. Defense is still solid by the Warriors, but they got to flip the script. See off the boards to the point, held in. Another block shot there by Reed Love. Off the boards, trying to come out of here. Couldn't sneak it across with Madeo. Lara chasing this one in behind his own net. Littleton still has the puck. Controlling, drop pass in as the player sneaks from the blue line. Shot comes down, knocked in front of the net, back over the corner, picked back up by the Hawks. Hush over the crowd here is The tension is high, and the Warriors still can't get it over the own end. They just now two guys. Mateo knocks it down at center ice, but it goes right back over to the Hawks players. Final 2 minutes of play here in the third period. Hawks 1-on-5, blocker save there. Back broken. Some room to skate. Benevelski skates around one. Coming through center ice. Sasha Benevelski staying on side as Foster and Mateo. Benevelski still has it. Trying to put it on net. Centering pass back over. Foster couldn't find it. Out of the zone and past Cannonberg. That's going to be icing as it rolls across the red line. And we're going to get another 2% charge.
It's all yellow.
3%.
Oh, we better keep this plugged in for a minute. 1:30 left to go. We'll unplug it if action gets heated. What can you get there? This is horrible. I'm embarrassed. It's a timeout, so we got some time here. Timeout by the Warriors, and then what we're going to do is unplug that charger and plug the mics back in for the final minute and 30 seconds of this hockey game. Foster, Haviland, Lar, Salazar, and Cannonberg out on the ice right now. We'll see what happens here. As Prokop's out there getting his instructions on when they want him to the bench. This is a tough team to pull the goalie on, as these Hawks have been fast and making some crisp passes to get out.
It's hard. I mean, you read this one. There's a
Leave this plugged in as long as I possibly can until he dropped the puck. What are you at? For the 30 seconds, the net is empty. The Warriors are in the offensive zone, 6-on-4. Crash down and behind the net is Deacon Woolley, back over Popovic. Cannonberg skating his way into the corner, just misses on that one, has to turn back on his backhand, feeding it in behind the net, just past Toto. And the Hawks find that puck, not out of the zone. Foster keeping it in. Egelceder trying to glove this one down. Back onto the stick of Popovic, who keeps it in the zone. Woolley over to the far side. Chasing that one down. Egelceder takes his man out, breaking that puck up, and Popovic sends it back out to center. Taken away, back over. Off the boards by Foster. Final 52 seconds left to go. Foster back on side. Devin Foster tripped up and no call right in front of the ref. Got away with one there. Egelceder's battling at center ice. The Hawks trying to take this one away. They send it in. It's on off the backboards. Cannonberg there to pick it up. Henry Cannonberg looking for the long stretch pass. Finds it. Noah Popovic coming across. He has Devin Foster with him. Pops turns, misfires on one. Back over to Woolley. Misfires on another one. That rolling puck is just unable to control. The Hawks send it the length of the ice, and with 16 seconds left, it's going to be an icing call.
We have 5% left.
5%. We're going to just roll with this. 14 seconds left to go.
Fingers crossed.
We're not missing any of this action. Foster, Madeo, Toto, Lar, Cannonberg, Egelceder. What can they do? They're down by one. Ode zone draw. Goalie pulled. 14.4 seconds left to go. One back, and Cannonberg can't get there in time, and it's 2-on-1 the other way. They work their way in and get the empty net goal. There. Let's just charge it so we can at least talk to the game.
Say it.
The end of another exciting game here. Warriors hockey with the empty net. The Hawks skate away with a 4-2 victory. I have a feeling we might be seeing these guys in the tournament next weekend as we're in different brackets and the finals will be on the Sunday. We've got nothing going on next weekend, and I apologize for the horrible battery charge action that we had here. Have yourselves a happy Thanksgiving, and we are looking forward to seeing everybody on the ice Wednesday, the day before Thanksgiving. So, you know what? I'll wish you another happy Thanksgiving then. Enjoy. Until tomorrow, we'll be on the ice with Lafayette at 1:30 up in Lafayette at the Y. Until then, a confused, scared, anxious Harry Haviland is thanking you all for tuning in, and I'm signing out.